September 20th, 2025. Old Trafford, 21st minute. Cole Palmer goes down.
20 minutes in, Chelsea have had one player sent off and have taken 3 off now. It's Cole Palmer that is withdrawn.
Grabs his groin and Enzo Maresca pulls him off before the stadium even understands what it just watched. No press conference bombshell, no headline warning, just a manager making a call that would shape the next year of Chelsea's season and quietly end his own time at the club. Because Maresca knew. He knew exactly how dangerous a groin injury can be, and he was already trying to save Cole Palmer from something nobody else at Stamford Bridge wanted to admit was happening. Rewind 12 months, and Palmer was the best player in England.
Won't he, Sterling, a player of his quality? But here he goes again. It's Raheem Sterling now, looking to set Chelsea up for number 2, and that's exactly what he's done.
39 goal contributions in the 2024 calendar year, a Chelsea club record. 2 goals and 3 assists across the Conference League and Club World Cup finals. Player of the tournament in the US after he tore Paris Saint-Germain apart almost single-handedly. This was not a player in decline. This was a player being asked to carry a football club. That is where the story actually starts to go wrong. During that Club World Cup run, Palmer played more than 550 minutes in 6 games inside a single month in American heat at the end of an already brutal season. Nobody rested him because nobody could afford to.
Now you're seeing what he's capable of doing in that position as well, which is a beautiful thing to see. As I said, I really love his style. I love how he approaches football. He's a joy to watch.
Chelsea's whole attacking plan ran through him, and somewhere in that stretch, the pain in his groin started. By August, it had a name. Palmer played through it against Crystal Palace, pushing himself for the club, the fans, the team. Days later, he pulled out of the warm-up before West Ham, the discomfort flaring again. Chelsea won 5-1 without him. Maresca explained afterward. The last 4 or 5 days he was not 100%, and tonight during the warm-up he felt again something, so we preferred not to start with him. This is the coach's perspective people missed at the time. He was not hiding an injury, he was describing a countdown. Tactically, this was always going to be a problem. Maresca's system in that period used Palmer as a false 9 one week and a free number 10 the next, dropping deep to collect the ball, then bursting into the box late. It is a role that demands explosive hip and groin movement more than almost any other position on the pitch. Chelsea had no like-for-like alternative, so there was no natural rest built into the system because the system was built around him never stopping. Maresca pushed back on that dependency in public. "Cole is our best player. We are a much, much better team," he said after that West Ham win. It read as much like a message to his own dressing room as it did to the cameras. Tuchel left him out of the September squad entirely, a rest Chelsea and England agreed on together. Palmer came back for 3 straight matches, Brentford, Bayern Munich, then Manchester United, and broke down in the 3rd. 21 minutes and gone. Maresca's answer was not panic, it was restraint. "We try just to protect Cole as much as we can," he said. "The most important thing is that when he comes back, he's fully fit." A few weeks later, the 6-week recovery window turned into a longer one. "The medical staff are not magicians," Maresca told reporters, almost defending his own players against the outside noise demanding Palmer just play. Palmer was not alone in this. Lamine Yamal spent the same season fighting pubalgia, the same chronic groin condition, and Barcelona's manager Hansi Flick was furious that Spain had played him through pain during international duty instead of resting him properly. Spain's federation later said it only learned of the procedure after Yamal had already gone under the knife, with doctors recommending 7 to 10 days of rest afterward just to recover from it. Nico Williams went through it too, ruled out indefinitely by Athletic Bilbao months later with the exact same diagnosis, his club refusing to rush him because they finally understood what happens when you do not. Neymar spent years of his career managing the same injury pattern at PSG, in and out, never fully rested, never fully fixed. Even Lionel Messi dealt with pubalgia twice in his early Barcelona years. The same injury, the same warning signs, decades before anyone was talking about Cole Palmer's groin. These are elite players from elite clubs, and every single one of them eventually got shut down completely to heal, for weeks at a time, sometimes months. Palmer kept getting pushed back into 21-minute cameos instead. That contrast matters because it is the whole story. The players who got protected got rest. The player who did not got a season-long injury that never actually left. By the end of 2025, the tension inside Chelsea was no longer just about a football pitch. reports of friction between Maresca and the medical staff started circulating, though exactly who wanted what was never fully confirmed. And in his final weeks in charge, he pointed to what he called a lack of support from, in his words, people in general. On New Year's Day 2026, Chelsea and Enzo Maresca parted ways, the first Premier League manager in history to leave a job on that date, 6 months after winning the Club World Cup. Sky Sports reported the exit came amid disagreements with medical staff. The manager who tried to protect his best player was gone, and the injury was still not solved. What happened next was not some villain turning up to ruin Parma on purpose. Liam Rosenior arrived and, to his credit, kept trying to do the same thing Maresca had. He rested Parma as a precaution more than once. He talked about wanting him fresh, not forced. It did not save his job either. Rosenior was sacked in April, and Chelsea finished the season with 3 different men having picked the team. 10th in the table, Parma down to a single Premier League assist. The damage from that Club World Cup summer, from every rushed comeback before it, had already been done. Nobody arriving in January 2026 was ever going to reverse it in time, which brings us to the moment that broke a nation's heart. Thomas Tuchel named his 26-man squad for the 2026 World Cup, and Cole Palmer was not on it. Neither was Phil Foden, neither was Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tuchel called it painful, difficult to explain to the players, difficult conversations that took weeks, but the truth was written in Palmer's season-long stat line. This was the same man who had scored England's only goal in the Euro 2024 final. Now he was watching a World Cup from his sofa. Palmer said he was not crying about it. Maybe he should have been proud instead, because here is the twist nobody talks about. While England chased a trophy they had not won since 1966, eventually falling to Argentina in the semi-final, before beating France 6-4 for third place, their best finish in 60 years, Cole Palmer finally got the one thing every manager, every board and every fixture list had refused to give him for 2 straight years. Actual rest. No club matches, no international camps, no 21-minute cameos, just recovery on his own schedule for the first time since that Club World Cup run began. Now it is July 2026, and Xabi Alonso has walked into Stamford Bridge as Chelsea's new manager with something Maresca never got to have. This is the same coach who took Bayer Leverkusen through an entire unbeaten Bundesliga season by managing bodies as carefully as he managed formations. And now he inherits a fully fit Cole Palmer, heading into a full pre-season with no injury clock quietly running out in the background. Maresca is not around to see it. He is managing Manchester City now, the job he left Chelsea for in the first place. But he saw this coming from the 21st minute at Old Trafford. He just was not the one who got to finish it. So here is the only question left. Was missing the World Cup the worst thing that ever happened to Cole Palmer, or secretly the best? Because if Xabi Alonso gets this right, we might be about to watch a fully fit, ice-cold Cole Palmer celebrate week in, week out, exactly the way Maresca always believed he could.